Hey everybody, this is Bo back in the lounge. Want to say hello to our 1.5 million listeners all over this great world and those military bases that keep making us number one. We greatly appreciate your emails and your questions. And right now we're going to go all the way out to Bacone College. They've got a new head football coach in Lloyd Spotted Wolf. How you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. Just excited to get the season going.
Yeah, you got students showing up on campus right now.
Yeah, we got them filtering in. Official report date is going to be Thursday. But we've had them filtering in since yesterday, so it's exciting times.
Yeah, especially with what you're putting together out there. Bacone College is always, got the highest academic requirements. It's a faith-based school, and it makes it sometimes very cool for you to be, a little different type of a coach. But on the other same token, football's football, and they still got to lace it up and go hit somebody on Saturdays.
Well, you're sure right about that, and we've been hitting the recruiting trails hard this summer, trying to find quality student athletes that are good students, good football players, but most importantly, find young men to bring to this community.
Absolutely, Coach. Now, Coach, where did you exactly come from? Because we know that Joe Thrasher was there. He's now over at Belhaven, his alma mater, and we're going to find out more information about you.
Sure, no problem. Prior to coming to Bacone College, I was the offensive coordinator at Blinn Junior College down in Brenham, Texas, and perennially a top 5 junior college program. We won the national championship in '06, and had a really good run down there, and had an opportunity to take the next step, and so that's what we did.
Coach, a lot of people who do not follow sports or are the armchair quarterbacks don't realize how big junior colleges are. We've had the opportunity to interview Grand Rapids. We've had an opportunity to interview a number of football programs in the junior colleges, and they are loaded with talent. A lot of these kids are ones that may have had a hiccup in high school, weren't focused. They get focused at a junior college, but you're dealing with dinosaurs and laser beam like speed. Tell us a little about the experience there.
Well, no question. A lot of people have a misconception about junior college football. They think it's, junior college from the 1950s or 60s, where guys that are too small or too slow go to play a couple more years of college football, and that's just not the case. Junior college football these days is a place for Division I and Division I AA caliber athletes who maybe don't meet the ACT or SAT test score, have a GPA that's just a shade under qualifying for Division I programs. That's where they go to regain their academic standing to go to their Division I programs. And down at Blinn, we had some of the best talent in the country. When we watched the BCS bowl games last year, we had 6 guys that had played for us playing in those BCS bowl games. We had, I think over the 4 years I was there, we put out close to 30, 35 Division I, Division 1A athletes, and it's a good quality football and a great experience. You're absolutely right. The speed of the game and the size of the guys is unbelievable.
Coach, I'm not sure how tall you are. I'm 6'2", and I was able to walk on the sideline for some of the local football games up here and get a chance to meet some of the athletes we interviewed over the years. And, being 6'2", I thought I was kind of tall in high school, had a few guys taller than me. But standing on that sideline, man, I really feel small at times.
No question. I always laugh. I'm 6'1", and about, well, on a good day, we'll just not go there about my weight. I'm going about 245, and by society standards, I'm considered a big man. But on these college football sidelines, man, I'm a little pipsqueak.
Yeah, I'm with you because I am not in shape, and I'm about 245 at 6'2", and my sport was basketball, and I get showed up on my 12-year-old daughter every day because I just can't move anymore. And these guys are just freight trains when you see them. And, the interesting thing in football is Rob Ash over in Montana, we broke this down, and we're going to get a chance to talk to Ryan English and get his point of view at Eastern Michigan. But, working at the junior college level, you can see where the direction of D1 football is going because of the recruits. And for Bacone College, it follows the same track because coaches repeat what is successful no matter what division you're in or what conference you're in. And it seems right now, especially with the moves that Michigan's moving with Rodriguez, everything's moving towards speed. Yes, you want to be big, but you've got to be able to be mobile. It's kind of nice to see this change in football because there's always a pendulum. You get big linemen, now you got lighter linemen that could move, pull, and block downfield. There's a lot of stuff going on, and at the NAIA level, you get the advantage of having guys that are generally not obese and not terribly oversized, and they can move pretty darn quick for you.
Well, no question, and that, coming out of spring football, one of our biggest needs was to find some good offensive linemen, and we've been finding that we're able to find some guys that are, there are some giants out there, but if they're that big, generally they haven't fallen down to the NAI level for a reason. That's if they're giant, typically they're not great movers. And the offensive linemen that we're seeking out are you're exactly right, more athletic, still big young men, but able to move and run and move, laterally and kick back in pass protection, and it's neat to see.
Absolutely, and you know what? There's a lot of football out there right now that is changing the mindset of a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes years ago were only good thinking of the Michigan State, Arizona, Arkansas, just thinking of the big name schools across the country, pick any one of them. Now, over the last 20 years, students that may not opt out to go to the big colleges want to go to a smaller school and have a different type of a college life. When I went to school, Michigan State was huge. I went to a small school, and actually I enjoyed the heck out of it. I had a great time at my school, Madonna. It was a faith-based school as well. No football, but it was still a good ride. And there's a lot of students out there now that are going down that path. Hillsdale College, considered the Harvard in the GLIAC, has attracted guys that normally would go to U of M, and they get monsters that have the grade point average. Bacone College has that opportunity to do exactly the same thing of attracting and having that, real college life as far as enjoying sports, a social life, not something that's pressurized, because in the D1s, as you know, Coach, it is such a pressure cooker for those students, especially for those freshmen and sophomores.
Sure, no question. And one thing that's really neat, that me and my staff are finding out about Bacone is there's got to be if there's any pressure, it's going to be a internalized, self-motivated pressure, and that's neat to see. We want to get guys in here who have that intrinsic motivation to win football games, but not just win football games, but win in the classroom. Compete with the student next to them on the upcoming test. Guys who take great pride in doing the right thing, and then to have the kind of religious component on top of that with our weekly Bacone Hour Chapel service and our Fellowship of Christian Athletes that we're getting going over here. It's really a tremendous holistic college experience for these young men.
And Coach, I'm going to bring up something here, and we can edit this out at any point in time. I have found across this country right now that there's a lot of Native Americans that are now in coaching. I never saw this before on this wave. It's about time, because you've always heard about other stereotypes not making it in. Other individuals can't coach the sport. Native Americans right now, it looks like in the Midwest, have got a major foothold in coaching across the board, especially in football. I think it's about time.
Well, no question. It's a lot of times that you hear about certain minority or ethnic groups not getting a chance, and we Native Americans, we're kind of one of the underrepresented minorities, so to speak. When they talk about Division I minority hiring, typically they're just talking about African American minority hiring. Very few people are getting up on that mountaintop and raising the flag for the Native Americans, the Asian Americans, the Hispanic Americans. But quietly, we've been going up through the ranks and starting to make waves in the coaching community, and it's neat to see. I got several Native American coaching friends out there that are doing good. J.J. Eckert down at Kilgore College in Texas, that was in our same junior college league. Eric Brock at Haskell Indian Nations is one of my best friends. We worked together at the University of New Mexico years ago, and 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 then there's so many guys out there, even in Division I, that have Native American blood that are doing